Hello, it is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan for the first time in 2 weeks. Google Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. This is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Alright, I am going to try to cover as much of what happened in these 2 weeks as I can. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so, even though I said 2 weeks, I think the last podcast I posted was about only 1 week ago, but, that podcast was, recorded, as you can see, on July 30th. I just released part 2 on August 10th, so I'm sorry about that. And I might be very rusty today. I'm just gonna warn you guys. I haven't done one of these in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm rusty if I haven't done one in like 2 days. 2 weeks is gonna be a little rough. But, I'll try to do as best as I can. Alright, here we go. So, obviously, preseason has started. Mac Jones had a very, sorry about that. Mac Jones had an impressive outing, apparently. God damn it. Sorry about that. He threw, I believe, 13 for 19, 78 yards, and I expected him. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze again. Sorry about this. My God. Alright. 13 for 19, 87 yards. Alright. He was the highest graded quarterback by Pro Football Focus, and it didn't shock me. He basically did what I expected him to do, but that is not the point of this segment. Jalen Hurts also had a nice game. Let's see, what did he do? Jalen Hurts had 3 for 7, 54 yards. He was out. He only had a pretty short game, but he impressed while he was in there. And Haskins had actually a pretty nice start as well. 16 for 22, 108 quarterback rating, 1 touchdown, no turnovers. Haskins has talent. That's no secret. It's just, I said this, maturity matters in the quarterback position. Like, you don't want your quarterback to be running off in strip clubs during quarantine. So, or not really quarantine, but, COVID. That's kind of irresponsible, So, you don't want that there. And there has been a couple quarterbacks drafted since 2019. I'm about to rank those guys in a second, but I'm just going to read off a list of who was drafted since then. Let's see. All right. So, of those, I think there's about 10 quarterbacks that have been drafted. I think there's 9 guys that have potential. And those guys are Drew Lock. I think he's still talented. But he's very casual, very Jay Cutler-like. But I think he has talent. Tua, I'm going to give him about a year. About, 1 more year. And then, if he's still not good, I'll take him out of this list. But, Zach Wilson has potential. Joe Burrow has shown that. Fields is in a great situation. Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Kyler Murray, and Justin Herbert. I think those are the 9 guys since 2019 that have a chance at success in this league still. And I'm going to rank those 9 quarterbacks right now. Number 9 is Drew Lock, obviously. He hasn't had a very good career at all. But, I still think he has potential. He's very athletic. He's really what he is a poor man's Brett Favre. He's a tall, big, athletic guy who makes a lot of mistakes. Just a lot more than, what's his face? Brett Favre, But, in his 2 seasons, 59% completion percentage, 18 picks. That's 9 picks a season. Last season he threw 16 touchdowns, 15 picks. His interception percentage was 3.4. His quarterback rating 75. He has not had a very good first 2 years in the league. But he still has potential. But right now I cannot put him any higher than 9. Number 8 is Tua, another guy who really hasn't had the best start to his NFL career, but in my opinion has potential. I think, honestly, it's unfair, the criticisms he's getting, considering he hasn't even played a full season yet, And I've said his stats aren't much different than Joe Burrow's, who played only one more game than him. The only big difference is the yards. And Burrow's a better quarterback rating. So I think he has potential. I'm not saying he's amazing. I'm not saying he's like Justin Herbert, but he has potential. And just like Drew Lock, unfortunately, even though I think he has potential, can't put him any higher. So, alright. Number 7 is Zach Wilson. The thing about Zach Wilson is he has a lot of questions. He looks kind of small, kind of skinny, but he has a big arm. He drew some Aaron Rodgers comparisons from experts, which is a pretty good start. He could be, and I don't really like draft comparisons, because, sometimes I compare them to NFL legends like Mac Jones to Brady. Like, first of all, like I said, I think I said this a couple months ago when he was being compared to Brady. We should stop comparing guys to Brady and Jordan and LeBron and, anyone that's incredibly special. Like, someone that we're probably never seeing in this game. We're never going to see. I don't know if we'll ever see a Tom Brady again. That is not a typical quarterback. And we're not going to probably see another guy like LeBron again who can basically do everything. Or an icon like Jordan, But, he drew some Aaron Rodgers comparisons with his big arm, so he has a lot of potential. He had a pretty good preseason game. I'm not that down with him. I just have some concerns. So I'm putting him at 7. Number 6 is Joe Burrow. He obviously showed a lot of promise. I think if he were to continue to play, it would have been a very close race between him and Justin Herbert. He was on pace to break some records. I think it was passing yards, actually. 65% completion percentage is pretty nice in your first year. Now, while he was 2-7, I think he did a pretty good job in his first start. What was he on pace for? He was on pace for, I believe, 4,300 yards, 21 touchdowns. He was on pace for... He was going to put up impressive numbers. And I believe he was only on pace for, 8 interceptions? It's pretty impressive for a rookie. But he did get injured, and the reason he isn't... I'm a little concerned for his career, because the Bengals did not build up their offensive line in the draft. And I don't know how long he can play. He could be an Andrew Luck. The Colts never built up that offensive line, and Luck retired very early. So I got him at 6 for now. Number 5 is Justin Fields. He I think, is in a great situation. Unlike Burrow, I think he's got a good receiver in Allen Robinson, a talented running back core, he's got a great defense. And even though Matt Nagy's on the hot seat this year, I think he's a good coach. I don't think it's really necessarily on him if this doesn't work out. But he got Trubisky to the playoffs and over a 500 record. So, and he made the playoffs in a division with Aaron Rodgers. So, Matt Nagy is a great coach, and I think he's in a great position right now. Number 4 is Trevor Lawrence, just because of his promise. He doesn't have many flaws in this game. The only flaw right now is his situation. He's on the Jaguars with a rookie coach, so I tried getting him as high as I can, and 4, I believe, is the highest he can go. Number 3, I think, is Trey Lance. I think it's going to take some easing into. He's going to have to ease into it because he hasn't played in a while. But I think once he eases in, and the great thing about him is he's not going to need to start immediately because they got Jimmy G. Now he might get injured, but it's not a guarantee. Lance can get some reps in. He'll be right back into it. I think he's the second most talented quarterback in the draft. With a great coach and a great overall team that made the Super Bowl when they were fully healthy. I think it's a perfect situation. Number 2 is Kyler Murray. His stats went up last year. I can see him really breaking out this year and becoming an MVP candidate. I honestly, that's where I have him going actually this year. He had 3 more wins. His completion percentage was 67%, which is 3% higher. He threw 6 more touchdowns. His quarterback rating went up by 7. And his team is getting better. He was sacked 48 times his rookie year, 27 times last year. I got him as a breakout candidate this year. He's very Russell Wilson, actually. He's a lot like a young Russell Wilson. He can run around a lot. My only problem is his coach. I don't know if Cliff Kingsbury is the guy. And if they don't get the guy soon, then it's going to be tough for him. Number 1 is Justin Herbert. It's easy. He's very Andrew Luck. He can survive in spite of a rough offensive line. And they built that offensive line up. They got Corey Linsley. I think had a great offseason. I don't know where Brandon Staley is right now, but I have high hopes for him, though. So, I think the Chargers are going to trend way up this season. And Herbert's going to have a great year. Alright, so Jim Irsay says that Carson Wentz will not start until he is 100% healthy. And, I think this means they're committed to him because, they're not trying to, rush him back. They're making sure he's 100% healthy to see him at full strength. And, I feel like if you're rushing them back, you're really just trying to see what they have. You're not really in it for the long haul, really. So I think this means they're committed to him, which is great. And I think Wentz has a great year this year. I don't know what anyone else is thinking, but I think he has a great situation. And, it's not a guarantee. I could be dead wrong on this, but I like Carson Wentz to the Colts. Alright. So Mac Jones apparently knows there's pressure on him, and that's a big year. And that's a big year. And Daniel Jones, he has talent. But, if he is not, if he doesn't start getting it going by next season, there's going to be a problem. There is going to be a big problem. Because I'm going to read off some stats from Daniel Jones, alright? This is not going to be good.